Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to put together your fairy house. Okay. Hi there, so my name's Karen Simpson and I'm the creator of the Flat Pack Fairy House, and I'm going to now demonstrate how to put your flat pack fairy house together, and we can do it together. Inside your flat pack you'll have instructions. These are exactly the same, just blown up, and you really do your fairy house in 2 stages. So we're going to put aside the roof and the door for now, and we're going to keep the walls. The base we will leave for later as well. So I want you to get your walls. So we have number 2s and number 1s. The number 1s relate to the short side of your project, and the number 2s relate to the taller side of your project, like so. Okay, now I have purposefully used white coated hardboard just so that you can see the difference between the thinner card and the thick MDF. When you get your kit, everything is the same colour. It's just a plain MDF. There's no pre-treated or pre-covered surfaces, purposefully so that you can obviously create your own. So the first thing we need to do is we need to adhere our walls onto our front. And what I have found the easiest way to do this is to lay the front down so that we're looking at the back of the house as if we were in the house. Take your first wall, wall 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to line up that edge, and then we're going to glue it down. Now what's really important is, because this MDF ends up being slightly on the wonk like that, you must make sure that the lowest corner does not sit lower than your wall. Okay, so if we were to glue this on and that came slightly lower, it's then going to stop it fitting onto your base. So you must make sure that that bottom corner is higher, just ever so slightly higher than the base. Okay, so we make sure that this is flush, and then that outside edge will look flush as well. Okay, so I'm going to use a glue gun. You can use tacks. So if you want this to be a really sturdy project, and this is another reason why we've done thick MDF walls, is so that you can glue it, and you can also use pins so that then it becomes really solid. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to use the glue and then I'm going to go over it with tack so that you can see. So on the thick edge, apply a nice coat of glue, line it up with your wall, remembering not to go too low down. And then I'm just going to let that sit for a minute. Glue gun's perfect. It makes very, very quick work. Okay. Then again, another nice layer of glue. Exactly the same on the opposite side. Making sure it's nice and flush. Now again, when you're putting your fairy house together, if there's just a slight millimetre out, if it's not completely perfect, it's absolutely fine. I'm going to show you lots of different techniques with lots of little videos about how you can cover and adapt the walls to give cobblestone effect, log cabin effect, you know, really aged plaster that's falling off, brickwork. There's lots of different things we can do to create really dynamic and beautiful exteriors. So really, I'm not going to worry too much whether I've just got a little bit out of a corner. Okay, so they're on nice and fixed, and then we're going to attach the back. I'm going to do 2 bits of glue on both sides, working nice and quickly with your glue gun. Place one side down fairly gingerly just so you're lined up, and then stretch it out. So I don't know if you can see there that they're lined up nicely on the inside, like so. That's nice and sturdy. Now, before I attach the base, to make it really sturdy, I'm going to put some tacks in, and the tacks are going to make sure that this stays really, really solid. So if I just so here's my hammer and my little tacks. Try and find the smallest ones I can. I've been raiding hubby's workshop, which you can imagine he's not best pleased with sometimes. Okay, so on a nice flat surface, there we go. So I've just put one in the top and one in the bottom there. I'm going to do exactly the same on the front. Okay, and I've actually cracked, but that's because it's got a coating on there, but yours won't have a coating, so you won't have to worry about that. When you use the tacks, use the flat-headed type as best you can, and make sure that you bash them in so they're nice and flush. So whatever we decide to put over the top of these will get hidden, nothing will protrude. Okay, so that's the base of our house put together, and then we're going to add the base, and we add the base before we add the roof, because again, if we want to put any tacks in, then it's easier to do it without having to worry about the roof coming off. Okay, now you have to think you're going to have a door on the front, so do you want to put a little scene at the front of your fairy house? And if so, then you can stick your house further back so it gives you a bigger porch area if you like, or you might want it so it's completely central. So that's entirely up to you, whatever suits you best. I'm going to offset it, and for this one I'm probably going to do like little hanging baskets or little flowers. Okay. So, a nice amount of glue on the front and the back, and then just on the edge, because there's no point putting glue on the flat piece because of it, the angle that it's going in at. I'm quite happy with that. That's pretty straight. There we go, doesn't take long. So I'm just going to let that go off a minute, and then I'm going to put some tacks in the base. There we go. So there's our tacks in the bottom, and we've got them in the wall, so that's nice and sturdy now. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to put on the roofs. Let me just get some more glue stick. My poor table gets bashed around. Okay, so on the short wall, number 1 wall, you're going to have the biggest roof. So that's number 1 roof. On the taller wall, number 2 wall, you're going to have the shorter roof. So when you put them both on, they're equal at the top, but this one just extends down ever so slightly. So that's what gives you the wonky look. There's nothing stopping you, of course, swapping them. So if you wanted to put the short one on the shorter side and the long one on the longer side, you absolutely could. So I'm just going to stick to this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on the number 2 roof, and I'm just going to line those up with that top edge so that's nice and smooth there, and then the number 1 will sit over the top of both of them. So to attach this, I'm just going to glue the edges, and you've got to work relatively quickly here. And if your glue gun has lots of little stringy bits that come off, don't worry too much about that. There we go. There, done. So that's one of the sides. Now we're going to run it across the top and then down the sides. Like so. And then line it all up. Make sure you're happy with the top, and then press down firmly. So, okay, so there we have our fairy house, and I've kept the numbers on purposefully so you can see. Okay, then finally we've got our door, and with the door you get 2 little strips of acetate which you may or may not be able to see. And what we're going to do is we're going to stick the acetate, ooh, let me just take them off the masking tape. We're going to stick these onto the back of the door, and then depending how you want the door, we'll stick it onto the house. So what I'm going to do is just attach these to the back of the door first, before I even place them on the door. Okay. So you have to work pretty quickly. There we go. Not the tidiest, but so they're on the door. So your options, now one thing to be made aware of, because the door is on the wonk, it's not straight, so if these are fixed and that's flush to the bottom, when you try and open the door, this edge will come down, so you just have to raise the door up just a tiny bit, just literally a couple of millimetres from the base. So you now have to decide whether you want to decorate your house first, and you can make it look like there's a doorway, or as I'm going to show you, you can put a hole in for a doorway, and you can treat these like hinges. So once they're stuck, if you fold them over and put a crease to them, you can stick them on the house that way, and that allows a little bit of spring so the door can stay open a little bit. Alternatively, if you want the door to stay closed, and if you're going to do any techniques to cover up your walls, you can just glue that flat and then it will open that way. So there's no right way, it's whatever suits you really, and how prominent you want your door to be. On this house here, I didn't even use it, I've literally just glued the door flat onto the house and left it as a, so it's part of the hole, you can't open it at all. Okay, so for me on this one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hinge it. So I've put a crease either side, and because this is really quite hot, I'm only going to put a little bit on, like so, and position, just lift it a tiny bit and then just hold it on. There we go. And you can see we've got a little bit of a spring in there, which again gives it a little bit of quirk. Okay, so that's how you put together your fairy house. Really quite simple, and from here you can decorate and do whatever you want with it. It's really sturdy. It looks lovely as an ornament, so I have a few of these on my shelves at home. and I'm going to just show you a couple of things that you can do. So this is one which all I did here was painted and just used any little bits I could find. Not everybody's got a whole cavern of crafting materials, and so I purposely did this so it was just a paint job. So we've painted little scales on for the roof, and I've painted some flowers around the border, and I've painted in a window. I found some sequins, so I decided to put a little bit of sparkle on, and then it has a little pearl trim around the roof just to give it a little bit of a 3D edge. I also found I had some wool, and I just made a little wreath for the front door, and doing little bits of 3D really lift it, it really brings it to life. These flowers are actually dried flowers that I have in my bedroom, so I just pinched a few just to add on to here, and again just hot glue gunned them on, and painted on the windows and just added a little bit of shading just to give it a slight 3D effect. Took a little bit more time. So this is what I would say going up a level. This is more of a crafter's craft. So what we did here is we used cardboard to create roof tiles, and I'm going to do a video and show you how to do that. Doing the roof tiles and then painting them over, because it's again just card that's found at home, there's nothing special about it. Once the water gets on it, it kinked out a little bit, which obviously adds to a little bit of the fun of it. The texture on the actual house itself, you can see better at the back. What I did is I used card to create the brick, and then we used a bit of polyfiller just to give it a bit of texture and different painting techniques. Card for the windows, and again some leftover, it's plastic, I don't even know where this came from, to be honest. I found it in my craft cupboard. I've still got glue guts on there. The door again is card strips just placed on the front of the door. So the door that we supply, I just put card over the front. And I found this brown wire which came with some packaging for a candle, along with the pine cones. So again, just hot glue gunned the pine cones and just wrapped the brown wire to make it look like a little wreath, and the ribbon that came with the candle as well went on the door. So this probably took me, the roof took the longest amount of time, that probably took me a day to do, start to finish. But it's lovely, it's a nice little craft to have. So I hope you enjoyed very much putting together your own fairy house. I would love to see your creations and see what you come up with. So please, please, please feel free to send them in for us. But otherwise, enjoy all your little fairies and elves out there, and I can't wait to see what you do.